Toe surfing was made where paddle surfing stopped. Go, go, go! On a toe board, you're gonna be ripping, turning.
Five of the best big wave surfers in the world gathered together on the North Shore of Oahu for an experimental toe-in expression session. Historically, after an initial surge in the use of jet skis to help surfers get into big waves, human-powered paddle and surfing into larger waves than ever imagined emerged as the cutting edge of the sport. But in a recent reversal, Maui-based Kai Lenny's progressive jet ski-assisted surfing has opened eyes. His performance begs the question, does jet ski-assisted surfing have a viable place in the surfing world?
You're going to get more out of the wave using a shorter board. When you draw your line, the resistance against the rail, do you want to break it down into science? It's the resistance against the rail. So there's less rail, you can turn it faster. You can go faster. A bigger board has more rail, so there's more drag. Using the jet ski assist, we're going to see a lot of exciting long rides with multiple maneuvers and just the room for progression over across 200 yards, where paddling in, you'd be lucky to go 75.
The athletes meet up at Elite E Beach Park to check out what the swell is doing. It's an all-star cast. Shane Dorian is arguably the best big wave surfer in the world, maybe of all time. He hasn't towed in over a decade. Nathan Florence, with almost no experience towing, is a leader of the new generation of big wave riders, charging at places like the feared Chopu in Tahiti. Makuakai Rothman is the prince of the North Shore. Two-time world big wave champion, he brings a vast reservoir of local knowledge to his performance and selection of the best place to surf on any given day. Billy Kemper's bona fides include being three-time champion at Piahi, the feared wave on Maui, also known as Jaws. An advocate of paddle and surfing, he's a leading force in the Big Wave World Tour and hasn't towed in years. The whole inspiration for the event is Kai Lenny, perhaps the best all-around waterman in the world. He is currently on the leading edge of performance tow-in surfing in big waves. For the past 2 weeks, lead forecaster Kevin Wallace from Surfline has been tracking the swell. His prediction is that the rough conditions will clean up overnight and the biggest waves will hit in the morning before steadily dropping. The questions are, how big will it get? How fast will it drop? And what will the winds do, which could come up and blow things out?
Well, we got to watch each and every day. We're looking at it morning and night. We're looking at it, all the model updates. Things change very quickly in the long range, so you just got to stay on top of it. I feel pressure in a lot of different ways. There's the number one, the meteorologist, the forecaster, and me. I want to get it right. And then as a surf fan, I want to see good waves too. I want to see the event go off.
Kevin goes out on a limb and greenlights the event. Modern surf forecasting is high science. But after all, it's the ocean, and you never know until you go.
The swell's coming up, and it's still on the rise. The wind's a little unfavorable today and kind of chunked up out there, but surf's coming up, so hopefully tomorrow the wind gets a little bit more favorable and we can surf.
I think if it's 20 feet and hopefully the wind veers a little more east, I think the North Shore, there's no 7 miles in the world with big waves like this. So if there's one place to do this and go out with a handful of the best big wave surfers in the world, try to ride some big waves, this is definitely it.
Toe surfing was made where paddle surfing stopped. That's what it was created for, where you only can go and do so many things. Paddle surfing, drop in, bottom turn, pull in. On a toe board, you're gonna be ripping, turning. You never know, somebody could do the biggest, craziest air in the whole entire world. And it might change back to high performance. Toe-in surfing might be the elite thing again, you know. So, you know, things tend to follow suit and fall back into place. Different clothes come back into trend, and you know, seems like toe surfing's coming back thanks to Brother Kai over here doing a lot of progressive maneuvers and pushing the envelope and doing things that a lot of people haven't seen.
I've always loved towing surfing. It was like my first experience out at Jaws, is kind of before Shane came over and blew the door wide open with what was possible to paddle in. And for me, I think paddling and towing surfing are very, very different in both the approach and kind of like, I think to be able to paddle into a big wave is a great way to earn a spot to go tow and surf, because it's really, it legitimizes your skills as a big wave rider, because you have to position yourself. And I think where tow surfing comes in is the ability to do very, very high performance turns and aerials and kind of progress the performance aspect.
I think it just comes down to progression, and like, we're all so competitive with each other. Things like putting us all in a session together. Some of our big wave sessions are like, the only way waves were caught or limits were pushed was because the other guy wanted it just as bad as you did.
Or
and
maybe you didn't want it as bad.
Yeah, maybe you didn't want to go, but you knew he was going to go if you didn't, so you sent it, and then that's how limits are pushed.
I'm actually pretty excited. I haven't towed in quite some years. I'm excited to strap back in.
I haven't ridden a tow board in probably a decade, and so it's going to be interesting. You know, I used to do it quite a bit and in big waves, and I don't even own straps. I had to call Makua and be like, dude, you have a tow board I can borrow? Like, it's so foreign to me, you know. So it's going to be pretty fun to go out there and just have a totally different approach with a different mindset. And like Bill said, it's like paddle surfing and tow surfing are so different. It's incredible. They're completely different.
If you don't keep up with that progression, then you're just eating dust in the background. So, I mean, any one of us is just fired up to adapt and try something new at all times. And I think that tomorrow, that's what it'll be for me, just trying something new on the tow board.
The athletes plan to meet up at Haleiwa Harbor in the morning to launch. Hopefully Surfline's Kevin Wallace has correctly seen into the future. Makua will do the ultimate surf check. Instead of driving to the beach, he'll have a bird's eye view of the 7 Mile Miracle, the nickname for the most famous stretch of surf in the world along the North Shore of Oahu.
I want to go up in the helicopter and check out the waves, assess the situation on the North Shore to see what spot's gonna be giving us the best opportunity to perform the best on the waves today. We got a great group of guys. Today is gonna be all about having fun, being safe, and trying to push the limits of towing surfing. I see it's nice and clean on the face. We can find somewhere that's rippable, I think, so it's not going to be that hard if, you know, the swell's still here. There's different ways of checking the waves, you know. Usually we get to pull right up at the spot, look at it straight on, and jumping in the heli with the bird's eye view is unbelievable. This is a special treat right here. Oh, well, this is a 7 Mile Miracle, you know. This is best waves in 7 miles in the world. I think best waves period in the world. And you know, you got Pipeline, Waimea Bay, Haleiwa, Sunset, Backyards, Belsey Land. I mean, you got all the best places in the world right here. We just got to find one and pick it today.
The boys meet up at Haleiwa Harbor and wait for the helicopter surf report from Makua.
What is wrong with you? Why won't you talk to me? Supposed to be friends. Pardon me. How many of us have them? Thank you. Friends. Process to the mic. Pardon me, I'm looking for a piece of me. I never seen it between the stages of becoming and became. Until today, I used to be a know-it-all. Now
It's going on the wrong thing.
I've never even seen that before. Why is that?
Well, you can just flip it. You're good, you'll learn as you go.
Although the athletes treat the ocean like their playground, a safety team will be in place as the dangers of big wave surfing are real and unpredictable.
My role here is to operate with my team 3 skis. Basically, we're the water safety. We're the guys that are going to come in if there's any problems and pull everybody out of the water if we have to. Just, you know, a precautionary measure because the guys that are that are here to actually do this, to actually surf in this production. They're all well-seasoned guys, and they're top of the line. You know, they're the best in the world right now.
Big wave surfing safety has come a long way, especially thanks to Shane Dorian. In 2010, a life-threatening hold down inspired him to invent a safety suit for big wave surfing.
I went there for my first time and missed my wife's birthday and Valentine's Day for the swell at Mavericks.
He did. He missed my birthday and Valentine's Day to surf big waves, but that's very typical.
Make a long story short, I had a really horrible wipeout. I got held under for 2 waves, nearly blacked out, and had just super close to dying. There's flashes of my son's face looking at me, and I was just thinking, what the hell am I doing?
Shane designed big wave surfing's first safety suit, using a CO2 inflatable cartridge to bring the surfer rocketing back up to the surface.
Things that have definitely evolved from the safety side of things. When we first started surfing Jaws, no one had a safety suit. No one had inflatable wetsuits and water safety in place, which you know, makes your chances of dying go down, pure and simple.
The confidence provided by the safety vest has pushed big wave performance through the roof, with Shane Dorian leading the way. In 2012, Shane got the XXL Ride of the Year, and what many are still calling one of the greatest big waves ever ridden.
Parents who never loved each other. Maybe. Come on now, I love you.
Oh my gosh, Shane Dorian just got the biggest barrel ever paddling, hands down.
Back in the chopper, Makua continues his surf check.
Wow, the conditions are clean, that's for sure. Look at this right outside Poena right here. See, this is what I'm talking about, way outside Poena where you couldn't see yesterday. The break's way outside here. Yeah, check this wave out for a little bit.
Makua's in a heli now, checking up and down the coast, and yeah, there's a couple outer reef waves. The whole North Shore is awesome because it's like outer reef after outer reef. Each one likes a different swell direction, different winds and stuff. So there's quite a few options. It'll be interesting to see what Makua says. We have a wave, Poena Point right out here, that is really good when it's big, really fast down the line right. So I'm hoping for that.
Today it's a pretty special one because we finally get to run this tow event that has been, you know, it's a highly anticipated one. And the conditions are absolutely beautiful. What more can we ask than an empty lineup and guys pushing one another? So it'll be exciting. I'm really excited to see these guys tow in again since they all mainly focus on paddle and surfing.
I think it's going to be pretty funny having all these big paddle surfers. These guys, like, you know, we've been chasing and pushing ourselves with paddling so hard that this is something, I mean, it's not new to us, but it's just something that we haven't done in a while. And I think it's, you know, we're going to basically have a really fun day, you know, performing at a high level with straps on, which is a lot different than anything we've done in the last 10 years. So I'm excited.
I want to do some big turns and I want to go super fast. I want to go super fast on the tow board. It looks like you can get going like top speed, so that's what I'm going to start with. I don't know about taking to the skies.
Yeah, look at the waves outside Poena. Look at that. Look at that, Paul. Look at this rights coming in out here. That is rippable right there. Look at that turn section. Oh, that's the best spot for sure. Yeah, we could go, Josh. No problem. We see it. We know. We just got to come back as quick as possible and get out there because it's going to, I don't know how long this is going to stick around. You know what I mean?
Makua picks Poena Point, perfectly positioned just outside Haleiwa Harbor, and a rarely towed spot. Surfline's forecast seems to be on the money. The swell is here. The big question is how long it's going to last and what the wind is going to do. Makua quickly meets up with the boys. It's a race to catch the waves and stay ahead of a dropping swell. For some people, tow-in surfing is all about catching the biggest waves. But with today's conditions, the boys are focusing on the performance that tow-in allows.
Number 2.
Down out there, that's the one.
Makua spots a wave he likes outside. The speed and power of the ski allow his partner, Kiali'i Mamala, to whip him into the wave even after it's broken. It's the kind of thing that could never happen paddling in.
Go, go, go!
Working as a team, Makua's towing partner quickly pulls him out of danger as another wave approaches. For an instant, he thinks he's going to get an inside screamer, but quickly exits.
Okay. I just didn't know if that was the one you wanted.
Outside. Way outside.
As Makua tows outside to catch a bigger one, Kai finds a warm-up wave.
Okay, Kai. Woo!
Good warm up.
Hey, Double D, push that board forward.
Back.
Ready. Let's go farther up.
Okay, you got it.
Let's catch a good sized one, and then I want to stay busy.
As Kai and Makua get going quickly, three-time Piahi champion Billy Kemper takes advantage of a shorter board, allowing big turns on a fairly big wave.
Go, go, go.
Unfortunately, it doesn't line up on the inside and he has to kick out. After watching the boys warm up, Shane Dorian, former number 2 in the world in shortboard surfing and multiple XXL winner, gets in on the action. The old master may have caught an edge, but years of skill come to the surface in an instant, and he's not about to go down.
I ripped that wave so hard. Perfect spot. Yeah, you put me in a perfect spot for sure.
Shane gets a long, fun ride on his first tow wave since 2008. Excited to enjoy some speed with the tow board, Nathan whips into a bomb outside.
Look at me go!
After a fun wave, Nathan heads back out to find another one. The ocean keeps delivering, and Makua sees a wave he likes out the back.
Go, go, go!
It's often said that the best surfer in the water is the one having the most fun, and that might well be Makua so far. Someone not having fun is the kid who inspired this whole event, Kai Lenny, who is having trouble finding a bomb that will allow him to cut loose. Although Kai is frustrated, for Shane and Billy, today is all about having fun. They decide to pull into one together, a death-defying wave for most mortals. It's a playground to legends like these. Of course, you never know what could happen. As Billy and Shane rip together, Nathan catches a clean bomb outside that gives him the speed for some big turns. Billy kicks out, but Shane, never one to waste a wave, milks it for all it's worth. The boys are anxious to get whatever they can. They keep sharing waves to maximize what they know is a dropping swell. Sharing a dance this time is Kai and Billy.
Go, go, go! Woohoo!
Kai is having fun, but he's not getting the kind of performance waves he's looking for.
Outside, hey!
Makua spots another bomb outside. This could be the wave of the day.
Go, go, go!
Feeding off of Makua's energy, Nathan pulls into one, which turns out to be the day's best barrel.
Yeah! Yeah!
I got strained! Yes! Big barrel! Fuck, that was sick!
Nathan's barrel gets Makua and Shane fired up. All three of them take off on a party wave together.
Holy shit. Yeah. Party wave. Party wave.
Working as a team, Makua's tow partner grabs him as fast as possible before another wave rolls through.
Woo! That was wild! Yeah! That was a sick wave.
Kai tries out a wave on the inside, hoping to find a ramp section. Kai finally gets some air, but to no avail.
Fuck!
Makua takes off deep on a thick-set wave.
Go, go, go!
Not one to let a wave go unridden, Nathan takes off on the next wave behind Makua.
Yeah.
Kai Lenny pulls into a wave looking to let out some frustration.
Go, go, go! Yeah, I like that section over there.
Although he found a nice section, Kai is only scratching the surface of his potential. Bigger waves are few and far between, but a set wave approaches and Makua and Shane catch it together. Looks like another amusement park fun ride for these veteran pros. As Makua tows in at the peak, Shane whips into the wave from the shoulder. Shane falls and gets pushed out the back of the wave unscathed. Makua thinks he has things under control, but even big wave surfers forget that the ocean has the last word. The power of the wave pulls him under for a licking. Makua is helpless as the wave holds him underwater, thrashing his body like a rag doll. The safety crew springs into action. Makua's tow partner searches for him, but only finds Makua's board. Makua is still underwater, and before he can get to the surface for a breath, a second wave hits him, the dreaded two-wave beatdown. With a bird's-eye view, the helicopter camera crew spots Makua shouting in the distance.
Oh, there he is. Over there. I'm looking at him right now.
The helicopter crew radios to the safety team to coordinate Makua's rescue. Finally, they are able to reach Makua and bring him to safety before another set rolls through.
I did a big turn and I went to like peek out and it rumbled and caught my board and sucked me over.
Thanks to his experience and the safety crew, Makua is okay. No stranger to heavy hold downs, he experienced an even worse life-threatening wipeout last year in Fiji.
We get out there, I seen the set pop up. This is the wave. You could just tell by how big it was. So I dropped in, went straight to the bottom and kind of shaved off some speed. Cranked a big bottom turn, squared up with it, and I was just like, oh. Ready to rock. I was flying, bang, bang, and then that board, it just started slowing down. It just board tapped out max speed. I mean, your board, it's just, the waves suck in and it's just so intense and going, and it's just, everything happens so fast, it's silent. As I felt the board slowing down and myself start falling, I was like, I gotta try and pull this out. Sometimes you can kind of lean on a wave, like when you grab real backside. Big waves, you can kind of like press against it. Yeah, all that was a good theory, but none of it happened. Ended up getting caught up by the foam ball and spinning like on top of my back, and my board was stuck on my feet for so long. So I thought, oh my goodness, I gotta get my feet out of this board. I just kick, and I got my foot out, and the last thing I remember was a glimpse of the channel. But all I seen was this humongous barrel, and my back foot was still stuck in the strap. And finally, as I was going over backwards and it was sucking me back over, I got that foot out of the strap. After that, it was just, I mean, no human, no nothing can shake you like that. It's Mother Nature in all of her glory, just putting a whoop into my backside. The most violent thrashing, and I pulled a canister, I had my inflatable vest, I just could not get my head out of the water. I don't know what it was like I was stuck right there. And finally I got my head out of the water and took one breath, and all I seen when I opened my eyes was the lip of the next wave, and that thing was just frothy, just ugly mutant behind, and it just was like, come up, boom, right back down, and I mean, boom, right back down. I don't know how long I was on there, but that was a long time, and made it to the surface. Kai Garcia is right there. I jumped on the ski.
In order to be prepared for such intense big wave hold downs, Makua trains extensively to get his body in top physical shape. Back in the water, following the big wave surfing tradition of sharing waves, Makua switches places with his tow partner and whips him into a wave. Makua keeps a watchful eye on him from the shoulder.
them the boys are gonna come in. Just tell them it's junk already. It's all small, choppy, right?
With the conditions falling apart fast, the boys decide to head into the harbor and reassess the situation, and possibly call it a day.
I'm back. I'm gonna order like 10 boards right now. Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't have any fun out there at all trying to paddle, and we had a blast, like as a group, like all towing.
If you were to go paddle out there, it would have been horrible, you know? Yeah, it wasn't that the waves were massive. It wasn't that they were unpaddleable. It's just those current. They weren't good conditions for paddle surfing, and you know, a day like that, you go out with a group of friends and you whip in, you do some big turns, have fun.
Yeah, I got held under 2 waves pretty much. I came up in the barrel of the next wave. I was down so long, but I mean, I got held down longer today than on most big days.
Totally different approach. It's a totally different thing, you know? I wouldn't really call it a sport, but if it was, it'd be a totally different sport.
Having not towed in years, Shane and Billy's goal for the day was to have some fun, and they did. Nathan found the speed and big turns he was hoping for. He also found, as he put it, an epic drainer on the inside. And who doesn't like a sick barrel? Although he never stopped smiling, for the guy who inspired the whole event, there was frustration. For Kai, if you're not progressing, you're not really surfing. Makua caught the biggest waves of the day, but paid the price with a heavy 2-wave beating, proving the ocean always remains in control. From experience, Makua knows that the only control he has as a surfer is his relationship with his surfboard.
This is a board that my life depends on sometimes, you know, and my relationship with my board starts with my shaper. You gotta put all of your trust in them to create a special tool, weapon, whatever you wanna call it. It's their sled, it's their blade, it's their whatever, it's their girlfriend, you know, and yeah, you have to have a good relationship with your board. A magic board would be the board that works the best for you. You call it your magic board. It's the one that works the best, it's the one that you know the best. It's one that you can ride without thinking, basically. That's why we call it the magic board, because it just does what you need it to do, even if you're not doing it sometimes. It'll recorrect for you, does some things that might seem to be magic because you're like, how did I just pull that off? You know, I had no chance of that, and the board it did its thing. You know, Jerry Lopez shaped me a board that changed my life forever. A board that caught the 66-foot wave when I was a kid.
In 2002, at just 18 years old, Makua had enough trust in his surfboard to surf through a 66-foot monster wave at Jaws, winning the XXL Big Wave of the Year award. The boys keep watching the waves. Not only is the swell dropping, but the wind is starting to howl. Everyone decides to call it a day except for Kai Lenny, who jokingly calls the conditions Maui glass. Windy conditions are normal on his home island of Maui.
We're gonna go back out and catch some more fun waves because the waves are here and it'd be a bummer to let them go.
Conditions may be a little rough, but Kai is confident in the jet ski's ability to get him into the ramp sections he wants. Even though he catches a couple, he's frustrated. He gives it one last try, but it looks like the boys back at the parking lot may have made the right call. With Puena Point now shut down, Kai's ski driver, legendary tow pioneer Derek Dorner, comes up with a dramatic suggestion. Head across the harbor mouth to a spot that's dangerous, tricky, and bordering on being out of control. The place is Haleiwa, known for the famed toilet bowl section at the end of the wave. It's a spot that has never been towed in these kinds of conditions with this kind of coverage. Kai is about to make a little history. Pulling into his first wave at Haleiwa amid the chaos, Kai senses hidden potential. The inside section has the ramp Kai has been looking for, although finding it is proving elusive in tricky, largely closed-out conditions. The safety team gets his board from the impact zone on the inside. It's a tricky spot. Picking the right wave takes a combination of skill, courage, and a bit of luck.
Right there, huh?
Kai finds the takeoff ramp he's been looking for, but he can't find the landing. A buzz builds on the beach as tourists and locals alike realize something special is happening in the lineup. He's desperate to stick a landing and tries to muscle it out, but to no avail. Not that he's going to give up. Finally, a wave lines up that might give Kai everything he needs. Suddenly, Kai has the place wired. He may not have caught the biggest waves of the day, but progression is the name of the game. his final wave, Kai free falls into the flats. He disappears into the white water, seemingly done for, but he pulls it. For Kai, it's finally time to call it a day.
We weren't satisfied with what we got the previous session. I think just didn't find the mojo. We went out to kind of just get a pickup shot and got a couple waves at Poena, and then, hey, let's go check Haleiwa, and what a privilege it is to be able to go tow into a couple waves at Ali'i Beach. The only way you could ever do that, though, is with Derek and this whole crew. So for me, I was like, I gotta get at least one. I knew that. And I got one, and I'm like, hey, can we get two? And then we got in this rhythm, and I wasn't landing all my stuff, but I landed a couple airs and a couple good turns, and it was just so fun just being on this lap train, and it was just Derek and I. I think we always have our best sessions when no one's around, really, and it's just us doing our thing. It's pretty incredible. That was fun.